D. McClung, Art Monologue. That's where I talk, and you don't. Now, I'm not suggesting that you can't talk, that you don't have the right to freedom of speech. You're just not going to be talking during my monologue to me. You could be listening to this monologue right now and talking to yourself and to others, to the one sitting next to you. Or, you could be online and doing a Zoom with someone else while you're listening to this podcast. So your freedom of speech and expression and communication is not hindered by the fact that I'm speaking in the format of a monologue. Here, now, right now, and of course, later, when you might be listening to this, which, of course, if you are listening, there's no might about it, because if you are, you are. If you're not, then you wouldn't be knowing any about this. Now, you wouldn't know. So anyway, all right. So, what should I talk about now? It's been 3 weeks since my last. Well, actually, I've got 2 podcasts in the can, waiting to be posted, and I'll be doing that maybe later on today, if I get to it. I've been busy a bit, so this is one of those last minute recordings for future broadcast. I didn't really have anything on my mind when I started the recording, which is probably not a good idea. I probably should do a little preparation. Now, I did do some research, let's say, quote unquote. I have recently joined a website, social media. It's not really social media. If it is, it's a poor excuse for one. But at any rate, something called gab.com, Gab.com. And I looked it up. When I joined up and I was looking at some of the postings on there, the people put up stuff, and I said, what the hell's going on here? I mean, it's another outlet for me to, post links to my podcasts and my websites and promote myself and my works of art, my books and my podcast and other things that I do, which I did. And I thought, well, that's cool. And it promoted itself by suggesting that it was free speech, absolute free speech here. You can come here. We support and we defend freedom of speech. And you come here, you won't be censored. Like if you were on like Facebook posting stuff. Because Facebook is censoring people right and left now. Just recently heard from my I'd call him my friend, let's say, my friend Dave Champion, or colleague, or not even a colleague, I don't suppose. I'm not sure what he is. He's just an acquaintance. There you go. An acquaintance, an online acquaintance that I am aware of, and he's aware of me because we've communicated back and forth from time to time over the past, say, 20 years. So, and he's an expert, leading expert as far as I can tell, on the income tax fraud, criminality going on with that. And he wrote a book called Income Tax: Shattering the Myths, which you should get and read. And it didn't make up your mind about what's real, what's not, what's true, what's not true, how could you read the book and not come to the conclusion that what he says in the book is, absolutely true, exactly, because it's got references, and I forget how many, 25 pages of references to back it up, documentation and so forth. And I read it, and I think you should read it. I think every American should read it, because it's one way to know the truth about the criminal terrorist organization called the IRS. that's been engaged in the largest financial crime this country's ever known over the past 107 years or so. So I'm pimping the book. There you go. Dave Champion's book. Get it. Read it. Buy it. It's going to cost you a couple of bucks, but it's worth it. So you'll know the truth about the criminals over at the IRS. Yeah, you can know. You can get the facts. At any rate, he did a video for Facebook, for his Facebook page, which is not which is separate from his Facebook sponsorship. I mean, he puts ads on. He pays Facebook to put ads on about his books. He has another book, something about health book I'm not particularly interested in, but you might be. But it's he had a short little speech, shall we say, where he was complaining that he's not allowed to advertise on Facebook anymore. He's been censored effectively from buying ads on Facebook. So no more ads from Mr. Champion promoting his products, his ads, his book, and both books, or political ideas and so forth. So that's not right. That's censorship, and that's censoring. Basically a paying customer is being told, no, you can't. You're not going to be able to. I'm not serving you. And it reminds me of the baker, the asshole baker, the bigot baker that wouldn't serve some customer that came in and wanted a cake. Now, I'm not going to get into all that. I've covered it before, but, it sounds like Facebook is now acting like the people that, Dave Champion is selling a product, promoting his product or service, as the case may be, and Facebook says, no, you're not going to do that. Not here. So, number one, it's censorship, which of course is disgusting. May not be illegal according to certain laws, but it's certainly against the law of it's against the principles of freedom, which says, don't censor people because it's bad and it makes you look like an asshole. Take a hint there, Mark Zuckerfucker. And yeah. So, at any rate, I can't buy ads on Facebook anymore. Been banned for maybe life. I don't know. So that's just not good. Not that I would buy an ad on Facebook to promote my business or my books or whatever, because I'm not spending my money on that place. I do have a Facebook page, 2 or 3 Facebook pages, which I'm still blocked from, by the way. I've still got another about 24, 25, 6 or 7, 28 hours to go on my 30-day blockage from Facebook this time, which is like the 3rd time this year. That's like almost 50% of the time this year. 3 months out of 7 months, 8 months, almost 8 months. For nothing. For just simply saying, posting a 3-word comment, you're a liar. Yeah. And guess what? Facebook says, hate speech. And the comment was deleted, and I was blocked off of Facebook for 30 days. So, for saying you're a liar. Now, how is that hate speech? I've covered this on my other show, the episode 15, I believe it is. And I'm absolutely flabbergasted that that Facebook would actually, the administrators or monitors or free speech Nazi Gestapo bastards would actually say that it was hate speech to call someone a liar who is, in fact, a liar. And there's no doubt about it. The man was a liar, and he still is a liar. However, the thing is, can't say that on Facebook. Now, I guess if I was, I don't know, I'm going to guess here and say perhaps if I was a socialist or leftist, left wing, anti-freedom bastard person, like Mark, I could say I call someone a liar, and that wouldn't be hate speech. But it's only hate speech if I say it, and the person I'm saying it about, who is in fact a liar, is a liar, and he's sort of a, what would he be? Left wing or right wing? I don't remember right at the moment. I think right wing. That's interesting, considering. All right, so moving on. Let's consider talking about something else. Did I finish up with Dave Champion and his book? Yeah. Banned from advertising on Facebook. What a bunch of assholes those people are. Oh yeah, I was talking about Gab. So I went on Gab, and I was there a little bit and looked at some of the stuff that was posted, and I was absolutely shocked. Actually, I was horrified by some of the evil, hateful stuff that people post on there. I mean, this one guy, well, more than one, several people have actually used the N-word, which, it's just a word. It's Nigger, Been around for a while, and it's a slur against the dark-skinned people. Did I just say something racist? The dark-skinned people? I shouldn't say that, I suppose. That could be misinterpreted. Because I remember the word darky was once a very bad thing to say and use, and people used it, and I was disgusted. So, okay, just forget that I said that, and I'll try again. They used the N-word. The N-word is a derivative of a word negro, which is a derivative of a word negra, or I wouldn't know how to pronounce it in French. I think it's French, or another language in Europe on it, French or whatever. It means black. All right. Now, oh, by the way, if people going around saying, black people, black people, black people. Now, I don't have anything. I'm not a bigot or a racist in any way, shape, or form. I think the color of a person's skin is a physical attribute that's just I can observe and see it, and say, in my mind, that's that person is a dark-skinned person, brown or black or whatever, and as a physical attribute, such as tall, short, thin, fat, skinny. It's just a descriptive word. So the N word, I'm not going to say it. Should I say it? I shouldn't say it. I don't want to say it. I don't like saying it. I rarely have said it in my life, maybe 3 or 4 times. And but on the other hand, in itself, it's just a word, like any other word. Oh, I know. I can say it in a phrase that I've come up with that describes another situation that has to do with the P people, which is another disgusting situation in the world, is the people that are obsessed and hysterical over pedophilia and pedophiles, etc. But that's a part of the Gab conversation I was having with you just now. So I could say, oh, well, I go ahead. I'll do it. Get it out. Get it over with. All right, get ready. Here it comes. Pedophiles are the new nigger. You notice how that kind of went down, and I was kind of quieter about saying it, the word at the end of that sentence, but you got the gist. You heard me. say it, and that seems to be the case nowadays. And of course, the gay people are, and transgender people, and all those, that group of people are, um, bless them, uh, are also included in the N word, new version of the N word thingy. Um, However, the thing is, I went to Gab. I was reading some of the posts. It's disgusting. I was horrified that anybody in today's society, that anybody in the 21st century would actually still be harboring that kind of language. It boggles my mind that anybody would say such a thing as to call somebody that N-word thing. It just, it's just terrible. It's just absolutely, it's a disgrace. It's an embarrassment to humanity, I think. But there are actually people that say things like that, and quite a few people that are saying the N-word and describing those people by using the N-word and saying nasty things about them, like that they are a waste of human flesh, and perhaps they should be exterminated or something. It's just absolutely shocking that there are actually people that stupid, that disgusting, that despicable, that that still say and think like that in America, in the world even. It like I said, it just boggles the mind. Anyway, on Gab, people can say that and they don't get censored, they don't get blocked. They're allowed to say it there, which tells me that the owner of Gab.com, some guy named Torbo or something like that, even freaking psychopath, but whatever. But they just say it, and he's, hey, that's cool, and he must agree with them because he's just letting that go. And I don't blame him for being supporting free speech, and I'm all in favor of free speech too. That doesn't mean I like what I hear all the time. And it doesn't, I'm not saying don't say that word and don't post it on Gab or whatever. Hell, I don't care where they post it. They can post it on Facebook or say it on, do a video for YouTube and just sit there and just say the word over and over again. That's, whatever. Sure. But that doesn't mean I like it. Doesn't mean I have to repeat what they say. And it doesn't mean that I have to just be quiet about it because it's disgusting. And it's just, I just can't imagine. Seriously, I can't fathom people today thinking like Nazis or yeah, I just can't. It just hurts my brain. I can't imagine. It's just unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. But apparently, and it seems to me intentional, that TurboTax, whatever the fuck his name is, asshole that he is, has intentionally provided a place for these scum low life cunt pukes to have a place to a vehicle that they can express their most degrading, depraved ideas without consequence. And that's just terrible. Anyway. So, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't have a website and he shouldn't have his little social media type of website going there and whatever. Sure, go ahead. And I think that I wouldn't recommend people go there. I wouldn't recommend people join that place, even though I did, for the sake of curiosity, because I thought I was misled. I thought it was a place for free speech. I thought it would be like Facebook, but with free speech and without the ads. And boy, did I get suckered. Because you earn nothing like Facebook. It's more like, a sewer. I mean, Facebook is just a place with a lot of nice people and some assholes and so forth. But it's like a cross section of society. As far as I can tell. But they've kind of blocked out the drudges of society and sent them over there to gab.com. Where like looked it up in Wikipedia because he had a podcast. The turbo asshole guy had a podcast and said, "Yeah, well, they're anyway." I lost my thought there. I'm not running for president, so that's not a problem. So anyway, he was talking about the article on Wikipedia that he said was all wrong, and every time I go there and try to fix it, and this woman that moderates the website changes it back again, and she won't let me fix the lies and stuff they're telling about my website, blah, and me, and so on. And so anyway, I went there to read it, and lo and behold, since I've got some experience with gab.com now, I read it and I said, that's interesting. I didn't know. And obviously this is true stuff because they got references for that to back it up. And I mean, wow, this man is really something. And he's really determined. So anyway, it said a haven for, Nazis and anti-Semites, anti-Semites, and you know what I'm talking, anti-Jews, and so on, and hateful people. And my experience is that yeah, it is. And there's a few redneck stupid fucks there making comments, and it's just unbelievable. But Wikipedia seems to have it nailed right on the head. And if Mr. Torbo thinks it shouldn't be saying that about him and his website, then maybe he shouldn't be such a fucking asshole. And make it true what Wikipedia says. Well, too late now. He's already done all that stuff, and it's, fuck that guy. So anyway, I was there, and I've been reading it every day, going and checking it out and see what's new and so on. And there's some people on there that are just, I don't know, psychopaths, sociopaths, a lot of hysteria, a lot of hate, and just about everybody. They hate the Jews. They hate the black folk. They probably hate I'm pretty sure they hate the Mexicans and all that. They hate. They sure as hell hate me, I'm guessing. Though I haven't actually heard anybody or seen anything on Gab yet that indicates that anyone hates me. But they've said some things that were pretty hateful to me and about me, and I think that's pretty clear. But they don't think highly of me, and so the feeling is mutual because these people are disgusting. Slime from the cesspool. I mean, just cunt, puke, stupid. It's just unbelievable. So this is sort of, you can consider this my review of gab.com. Preliminary assessment is that it should be there. It should have a right to exist, and it does exist. I don't believe in sterilizing society and covering up the evil that's out there. I don't believe in censorship of any kind. I do believe that free speech has responsibilities, and in both directions. You have a responsibility when you exercise that right, and everyone else has the responsibility of exercising due care when they're responding to such things as hate speech and racism and so forth, and lies. So if a man tells a lie in public, I see it, and I see it's a lie, I'm going to say it's a lie. That's honest, and I'm proud that I can do that. If Facebook says I can't, then that's, then Facebook is wrong. And that's just the way it should be. It's just shouldn't be that way. It should be, you're wrong, stop being wrong. You lied, stop lying. It's just disgusting. If you're going to hate on the Jews, well, obviously you're like some sort of thing, swamp thing clinging to the evil of Nazism from back in the 40s. It's just unbelievable. So I'm there, and I did promote myself and my work, my books, my artwork, and so on, and promoted my podcast there. And I don't think it's been censored. I think it's still there. I think it's still up. I don't think anyone has actually taken it down or tried to block me from Gab so far. And not that, there's a couple of people that are members of Gab that have blocked me from them, so they won't see what I post. And that's fine with me. I don't care, because I don't particularly want to see what they have to post either, because they're assholes. And not too bright. I think would it be a slur if I called them trailer trash? Don't be slurring trailer people. Okay, fine. I can't use that anymore. So at any rate, that's my take on Gab. If you want to go there and you want to feel nauseated, and so forth, go for it. If you want to just go to see what's going on and see that, to actually see that there are actually a lot of people that are just disgusting people, and they are actually expressing their disgusting opinions and stuff on that website. Go for it. Take an anti-nausea pill before you go. And if you're like those people and you agree with those people, then maybe you should go there with them, and so we can all see that you're a part of that group, and mock you, ridicule you, sling mud at you, or whatever it takes, just because it's filth. The irony is, I actually write porn, and I don't consider it filth, but my grandmother would. But my grandmother, bless her heart, has been deceased for many, many years, so she'll never know that I write porn, which is too bad. If she was alive, I wouldn't actually give her a copy of the book, but wouldn't be ashamed of it. I wouldn't hide it. If she happened to find it, I'm sure my grandmother would not have been on the internet. She was in her 91, I think, when she passed away, or close to 91, somewhere in there. When she passed away back in the, I can't remember, in the 90s? Perhaps. Back in the 90s, I believe. Early 90s, late 80s, 89, 90, somewhere in there. Anyway. So, that's it for this time, a short episode. And appreciate your listening. And please do me this favor. Share my podcasts far and wide. Now, you may not agree with everything I say. You may not like everything I say. And you may have an opinion, and you might want to express it. And I'm sure there's a means and a method that you can actually express yourself and exercise your freedom of speech, and express your thoughts on my thoughts as I've expressed them here on my podcast, in a way, somewhere. Right? Maybe like on YouTube, there's a comment section under there. If you want to say something about what I say, that's fine. If I don't like it, I'll deal with it appropriately. But we'll see. Okay. If you're going to attack me or libel and slander me, if you're going to defame me, if you're going to call me nasty names, if you're going to say things about me that aren't true, on a comment section on my podcast on YouTube or wherever, you should be aware that I'll kick your ass. Virtually, of course, not really. I don't do violence in real life, unless it's in self-defense. So, so anyway, pass it on. And even if you don't like it, just like I did with the Gab, I pass that on to other people so they can actually be aware that there are Nazis and hateful bigots and racists actually in the world exist, and they there's a lot of them, and they actually say things out loud to people about people, and they're just scum of the earth. So anyway, all right, that's it for this episode. This is episode, I don't know which number it is yet. So, matter 8, just remember, D. McClung, Arthur Monologues, where I talk and you don't. Bye-bye now.